So hello guys. So like we'll be continuing the Kubernetes now itself because the video become very lengthy, right? For the day 2, right? So I don't want to really continue. Hence what I did, So I will be continuing as a Kubernetes day 3 session only, but it's a today's date only. Okay. So it is Kubernetes day 3 only because the Kubernetes day 2, right, which we recorded now, right? It becomes more than 2 hours, right? It's near to 2 hours. So that's what I will be recording the day 3, but I will be mentioning the same date because today only we are only doing now itself.
Yeah.
Right. So we will be continuing from here itself where we left actually. Okay.
Yes.
Now, usually what happened, right? You remember I told that suppose if this master goes down, if the master itself will go down, then what happened? You're losing the whole Kubernetes cluster itself actually. So you will be losing the whole cluster. So hence what happened usually in the industry, you'll be having a multiple master nodes like that. So usually, so what is it like? We will be meeting a HA cluster, high availability cluster, Kubernetes high availability cluster, high availability Kubernetes cluster. So usually what happened, right? Usually we meant more than one server as master node, right? So to achieve that, so instead of writing anything, let me show the diagram. It is very simple. It is not that big thing. So here what you happen, right? You will be having one server actually. So I'll go to here. I will try to choose a server icon. So let me take some other server here. So I'll be taking this as a server. So this looks good actually. So I'll take this as a server and come here. I'll just paste it. So this is a server I have. Okay, and let me so this is a server I have. So this is the server where you have installed all the components, like you have installed the API server, you have installed the like controller, you have installed the etcd, and also you have installed your scheduler. Everything is there. So this is the whole components of your Kubernetes itself, right? So this is the whole server. So this is nothing but your Kubernetes server or the master node actually, right? Master node. So like that, it's not only that one server, you will have like more than one server you will be having like this. Replica of the same server you'll be having like this. Correct? So this, the whole thing, right? You will be maintaining. So this whole stuff, which we will be calling it as a control plane. Correct? Similarly, what happened right here, you will be having a nodes actually. So if you go here, I'll take one more server here. Yeah, I will take this as a server, or I'll take this as a server. If anything, I'll take this as a server. So here, what happened, right? You'll be having a nodes actually. So here you have nodes. So these are nothing but these are the worker nodes actually. These are nothing but the worker nodes. So this control plane is nothing but it's a master only, master nodes only. So this is nothing but these are the worker nodes. Correct? In the worker node, you know very well that you will be installing the kubelet, you will be installing the kube proxy, as well as you'll be having a running container. The same stuff you'll be having in each and every node, like this actually. Right? So here what happened, right? Because you are into the clustered form. Suppose this is the main master node, Kubernetes master node, which will be communicated with the worker nodes. So here what happened, right? All the details about the whole cluster, right? It will be maintained in your etcd database. Here you have etcd database, etcd database, will be maintaining the etc database. So here, even here in this master node also you have etc database. Here also you have etc database. But assume that these two nodes, master nodes, are not active. There are passive nodes. Only this is the main master node which is active. So here only the HC database is updated. With that, whatever the cluster status there, right? How many pods are running, everything that is only maintained by or updated by within this database, within this HCD database. Now what happened, right? Because you are in a clustered form, you are in a high availability cluster form, the same HCD database will be even updated here also. It will be updated here also. So it means that you are maintaining the cluster of the master node server. Suppose this master nodes goes down, this goes down. So these are available, these are available. So it means that it provides a high availability. So there'll not be any kind of a downtime of your Kubernetes cluster itself because you're having more than one master node. Clear? So this is what you can achieve the high availability. Clear? Now, what are the other things you have? Something known as a Kubernetes as services. As a service. So it means that suppose assume that in the organization, a lot of times what happened, right? Maintaining this Kubernetes cluster or maintaining this Kubernetes master node will become very hefty. It means that you need to have a particular people, Kubernetes administration to manage everything, the servers and all. So, but what happened if you go to the cloud technology, or if you go to the cloud, you go to the AWS or Azure or Google or any other cloud, those cloud provider itself will provide the Kubernetes as a service. Actually, means that this master nodes, right, you need not to maintain. This is maintained by the cloud providers only. Whereas the nodes, yeah, you can maintain this nodes and all, you can maintain. But here, what happened? The master nodes are nothing but where the Kubernetes is running, right? That you need not to maintain at all. So they will charge you for this to maintain, right? They'll charge you some money. So you need to provide that money so that you will get the service from the cloud itself, actually. So in the cloud, what happened, right? They're having, you will have the Kubernetes as a service in many cloud providers. So all popular clouds are offering Kubernetes as a service, actually. It means that they will provide the service, actually, but they'll charge it. It is not free. Right, you have AKS, which is not, but it is Azure Kubernetes service in your Azure cloud, right? Similarly, you have something like the EKS, Elastic Kubernetes service. So this is little bit costly compared to the AKS. So, right, the charges are little costly. Okay, and we have something known as a GKE. 1 second. Okay. Okay. So what happened, right? So all popular clouds are offering the Kubernetes service. Okay. So they manage this control plane for your requirement, and they charge hourly basis. Okay. Clear, Praveen?
Yes.
Good. Now, Kubernetes installations. So here we are having various different types of installations. Like, for example, you have a single node installations, right? Single node installation you can achieve through with the help of a mini cube. Okay, and even with the help of a kind, we can have a single node cluster. So basically, single node cluster you use for some experimental purposes. Like, for example, in your organization, you're working on into Kubernetes, you want to test some features, whatever you are developing and all. You need not to have a complete multi-node cluster. You don't need not to have the complete cluster setup. So you can install your Kubernetes within your laptop itself or within any one of the server, and you can verify some features actually. So I usually don't go with the Minikube, because in the Minikube you cannot explore all the things in your Kubernetes. It is just for some kind of a testing purpose. Many people will install the Minikube within their laptop or within some machine, and they'll try to run some commands to verify or test whatever they have did it actually. But I don't really go with that. I will always go with the multi-cloud actually, right? Multi-cloud means that you will have this kind of an architecture where you will have one master node and more than one or two worker nodes would be there. Like that, this is the architecture which I need. So this we call as a multi-tier architecture, right? Right? Or it's an on-premises actually, on-prem, right? Now, okay. Now, what are the other things? Like, for example, you have something as on-prem, on-premises installation. So I will be using one famous, famous on-prem means whenever you want to install the Kubernetes using in on-premise actually, then you will be using the kubeadm we say, kubeadm or kubeadmin. With the help of a kube administration admin, we can do an installation of your Kubernetes. And what about the Kubernetes as services? You know very well that, which we discussed now. Kubernetes as services, you have a AKS, EKS, and PKE. But if you ask me out of these three, which is the most famous Kubernetes as a service, I would say that GKE, Google Kubernetes, not service, it's an engine, sorry. Google Kubernetes engine. So this is the most widely used, Kubernetes as a service. Next is a AKS, and finally it is EKS actually. Because some customers are using AWS cloud, right? So they are bound to go with the EKS only. Okay. So, and of course, I mean, you have something as like in Docker, we have a Docker playground with Docker, right? So there's a community where they will provide it. Same thing, you have a playground with Kubernetes actually. Playground for Kubernetes actually. So using that also, you can do some kind of a practicals actually. Okay, and we have something even like a Katacoda. Katacoda is also there. Using Katacoda also, you can, without doing an installation, you have a complete setup. You can go log in there and they will give some time actually. So within that time, you can practice whatever you want. But ideally, I would say that I would recommend everyone to go through this kubeadmin way of installing the Kubernetes, right? Because we have a AWS account or we have Azure account, right? And if you are in a free tier, right, you can go and you can create a machine servers and you can install the Kubernetes and you can play around with the Kubernetes. So this is what I would recommend to everyone. Clear? Of course, playground for Kubernetes, Katacoda are there. You can play around with some features, not elaborately, right? So that's how, but yeah, you can try out your hands with that also. Now, so what I'll be doing, right? I'll be installing with the kubeadmin method, kube administration method only. I'll be installing so for this, what I'll be doing, right? I'll be choosing 3 machines actually. So I'll be doing an on-prem installation, on-premises installation of Kubernetes. Okay. So here what happened, I'll be choosing, I'll be choosing 3 VMs, 3 Ubuntu VMs actually. Ubuntu virtual machines from AWS or Azure cloud. So tomorrow I will show you how to do it in Azure. Right now, today I'll be showing you how to install through AWS actually, because I have an AWS account. Even I have an Azure account also, but AWS I'll be showing actually, right? So in the AWS, basically, whenever you want to install the Kubernetes, so the basic requirement for your installation of the Kubernetes is that, so Kubernetes expects minimum 2 virtual CPUs and 4 GB of RAM. You can have more than that also, but this is a very, very basic requirement for the Kubernetes. You cannot have, suppose you have 1 core CPU, or else you have 1 GB of RAM or 8 GB of or 2 GB of RAM, you cannot install the Kubernetes. Kubernetes will not work properly. It will fail actually. So that's what had happened, right? In our case, if you are working on AWS, you cannot go with the free trial T2.micro. If you go through it, this T2.micro will give you one virtual CPU and 2 GB of RAM. You cannot do with the T2.micro. We have to go with the T2.medium server, or else, or you need to go with the T2.large. This is the expectation. It means that minimum,
same like a Jenkins server.
yeah, minimum, yes. And these are chargeable, they are not free. So even though you are under free trial, still, if you want to, still you have to go with the T2.medium or T2.large. So what I would expect that from you guys, from all of you, that we can have master node installed in T2.large, and the nodes, like the nodes means I will have two nodes, two worker nodes I'll have, that I can get installed in T2.medium. So T2.medium is little less costly compared to T2.large. I think if I'm not wrong, T2.large is 8 rupees per hour, and T2.medium is something like 3 or 4 rupees per hour actually. Let me check T2.large pricing. Yeah, it's already showing it here. So T2.large pricing, if you go down here, T2.large, where is it? T2.large, see, it is a 2 virtual CPU. T2.medium also 2 virtual CPU, but here there's a small difference is there about the pricing. How much is this one? If I convert into the INR, okay, it is in INR, into INR. So it will be 7.6, approximately 8 rupees per hour actually. It means that I will choose one machine as a T2.large. Okay, where master will install it, that will be costing me 7 rupees or 8 rupees per hour. And
For launching the server, how much hours will be completed?
No, see, installing, configuring everything, it might take around 15-20 minutes for you.
Okay.
Assume that actually you have launched the T2.large. Okay, after launching, you log into the server, you configure everything, Kubernetes, everything configure. 15-20 minutes you'll configure, right?
Okay.
And again, what happened is you start practicing yourself for 1.5 hours, right? So it means that you have consumed 2 hours of that server. So it means that you will be getting a 16 rupees.
16 rupees.
Yeah, it is equal to, like, if you go outside, if you have 1 or 2 tea, right? It will be same as like that.
Yeah.
Right, 10 rupees nowadays, or 12 rupees, 15 rupees a tea now, half tea. So it will be that much. So you can bear, right, that much.
Yeah, yeah.
So T2.medium is how much if you're taking this one, because T2.medium I'll be choosing for the worker nodes, or even T2.micro also. I can use it because that doesn't need that much, server. We don't need it. So INR, it will be approximately 3.4 rupees per hour. It will be there.
Yes.
So if you take combination, if you're practicing for 2-3 hours, I think it will not go more than 30-40 rupees.
Yes.
So 40 rupees is fine, man. One day, if you're practicing in Kubernetes for 2-3 hours, with a healthy, you learn in a very good manner, you practice everything. Giving 50 rupees or 40 rupees is not a big deal for us, right?
Yes, yes.
So don't show any kind of, conjures here in this. Pay the money and do the practice. Yeah, right. So here, what I will do here, I will have one master node where I'll be choosing T2.large, right? And I'll be choosing the 2 worker nodes. I will be using the T2.medium. Even I can use the T2.micro also. If it is a free trial, this will be free only. But okay, for making it more faster, because right, if this will be very slow actually. So I will use the T2.medium. Fine, I am ready to pay the money, whatever I have discussed, right? For me, it is fine. Okay. Okay. So this is what the configuration I need actually. Okay. So what I'll be doing, that installation method. So I'll be using a kubeadm method. So which is something we will be using it for on-prem. Anyhow, I've written the same thing. I'm just writing on-prem. On-premises Kubernetes. Okay, so let us go now. What I will do, I'll go to my AWS account. So let me close other tabs. So I'll close other tabs. Okay, so let me sign in to my console. Again, the sound started. Okay, so I don't think I'll go to the EC2 machine. This is a service, right, where you can create a VMs. So I am in the Northern Virginia, that's fine. So let me create here itself. So let me go and verify. Do I have any running nodes here? No, there are no machines which are there. Let me go to the launch instance. So I will not give any name, or I can even give as a master, because I will be only creating only one node now. Praveen, hold a second. There's a lot of noise is coming, right? So yeah. Okay, so you need to follow this Kubernetes.io site for any kind of installation. You need to follow this site. Okay. Okay. So now what I will do, I'll go here and I will choose Ubuntu. Okay. And I will go with the little older one, like Ubuntu 20.04. I will not go with the latest. Let me go with the Ubuntu 20.04. Okay. Fine. I have given the name as a master. That is okay. Good. Okay. Let me do this. Let me give in the uppercase master node. I will say master node. Ubuntu and come over here. I will choose the T2 dot large here. I can even go with the T2 dot medium also, but okay, fine. T2 large, you could see that it is 2 virtual CPU, 8 GB. Okay, fine. So this is sufficient for me, right? And I will go with the key pair. So what I will do, I will not go with the key pair with the, I will create a new key pair actually. So I'll go with the new key pair, create new key pair. So I'll give the key pair as Kubernetes or K8s. I'll give the name as a K8s, right? So I'll create a .pim, right? And I will create a key. So the key has been created now, right? So the key has been created now. So, okay, let it download. So after that, I'll go to the networking stuff. I will go to the select existing group. Here I already created a security groups. I will go with this security group, new MySG. Okay. And this is a default one, and just say launch it, right? So you are creating a T2 dot large machine. So go to your view all instance. So here you could see that master node is coming up. Okay. Meanwhile, what happened? Right? I'll create two more worker nodes. I'll create 2 missions I will take. So I'll go to the launch instance again. Okay. Here I will not add it. I will add later. Actually, come here, choose Ubuntu. Ubuntu, go to the 20.04. Fine. Good. 20.04. Come down here. Choose T2 dot medium. T2 dot medium is fine, sufficient for me. T2 dot medium, 2 machines, and a key pair. Just now I created a K8s that I will use it actually. Okay, K8s, and select the networking stuff. Like go to the select existing security groups. So go here, click on here. I have already created my security groups. Click on this. Okay, and any other things? Nothing apart from this. How many instances you need? I need 2 instances. Give us the number as 2, and say launch instance. Clear? So come over here. So you have launched 2 more instances. So I will name it as a node 1, worker node 1. I can even say the worker node 1 like this. Give the complete name. And this is the worker node 2. So till here, Praveen, any doubts?
No, please continue.
Okay. So here you are having 3 nodes now, right? So let it get inside, let it come up. So it has already come up now. Good. Okay. It has already come up now. So let me do one thing. Let me try to log into this machine. But before you log in, okay, what I will do, I will go to the downloads where, like I'm having this K8 SPIM, right? This file is there. So what I will do, I have to create this file to the PPK file, right? So for that, you have a puttigen, right? You click on this puttigen, okay? Load it, give this file here, which is that file. Where is it? K8 SPIM, give the file, imports, save as a private key. But before doing that, actually, guys, what you have to do that, you have to go to the key and you have to go to the parameter for saving key. Here you have to give the PPK version as 2 actually. So first you need to set this one, and then again they say load, give the entire file as this one, select it, save as a private key. Okay, save as a private key, go here. Okay, give all file, give this KTest and give it as a PPK and save it actually. So you could see that you got the k8.ppk file. Correct? This is what I needed actually. Clear? So now what I will do that, I have got this PPK file now. I have all these 3 servers which are running now. So now what I will do that, I'm going to create one putty. I'm going to open the putty here. So the putty, what I will do here, right? I will create one session. I will create. What I will do, I'll create, I'll create a session where I'll be just saying as a 8s actually. This is the session I'll be creating actually. A new session I'll be creating. K8s. Here also give K8s actually. Okay. So for this, what I will do, I will do some settings. Like for example, K8s. For the K8s, what I will do, I'll go to the logging in. Is anything I have to do here? No, nothing here. Go to the terminal. Anything I have to do? No. Keyboard, nothing is there. Bell, yeah, I will make it as a none. Good. Features, anything, nothing. Window, you have already increased it. Appearance, yeah, I will change the appearance here. I will give as a 14 bold. Okay. And I will give as a behavior, nothing. Translation also nothing. Selection, no color. Here color settings I have to give as a default, and you have to give the system color settings. Okay. Connection, here I'll give the 300 seconds. Okay. Then what else I will give? Data, nothing is required. Okay. I need this one SSH, and I will give as an auth. I'll give the credential here. Okay. Browse the credentials, give the 8K PPK, enter. So this is the credential you have given it, right? And then I'll go back to the session. Okay, I will save this actually. So you have already created a K8 as a new session. Clear? So you have saved this session actually as a K8s. Okay, then what I'll do, I'll again close this. I'll again open the, okay. So I will load this. I will load this. Okay. And hold a second. I will give the public IP of this master nodes public IP. I'll click on this, give the public IP here. Okay, and open it. Accept. Give us a Ubuntu. Because you are that Ubuntu is for, right? You need to log in as Ubuntu. See, you are able to log in as a Ubuntu. Right? Same thing. What to do that? You need to go to the worker node 1, take the public IP, take the public IP, copy the public IP. Again, go to your this one. Give the putty session. Load. Okay, give the IP address of this. Open it. Give us a Ubuntu. See, you are able to log in into this. Okay, same thing. Go here. Go to the worker node 2. Copy the public IP. Open the putty session. Load this K8s. Sorry. Load this K8s. Give the public IP. Okay. And log in it. Accept it. Give us a Ubuntu. Log. Okay. I think I did some mistake. Okay. Let me do one thing. Let me open this. Okay. I think I did some mistake. Okay. Let me do one thing. Let me log into that IP. Okay. Let me do all the settings here. Already Bell is there. Behavior is everything. Coloring, everything is there. Connection also 300. I think only I have to give SSH or credential key, give K8s key, open and say open it. So I'm able to log into that third machine also. Clear. So I have logged into all these 3 servers, worker node 1, worker node 2, as well as a master node. So I can even use a sudo hostname CTL set - hostname and just say it as a master node. Okay, and just a bash. So this is a master node. Similarly, come over here, sudo hostname ctl set hyphen hostname worker node one, or just say node one, anything. Okay, it's worker node one. Similarly, this I will be making it as a worker node two. Sudo hostname ctl, okay, set hyphen hostname, okay, worker node two, and the bash. Now, so to do, so it is always good that if you are installing and everything, all your Kubernetes like components, everything, it is always better to switch to the root user and do it. So better to do a switch to the root user and do it actually. So I switch to the root user. See, I have logged into the root user. Here also switch to the root user. Sudo hyphen I you can give. You switch to the root user. Here also you can give sudo hyphen I or sudo so hyphen root. Like that also you can give. Switch to the root user. Clear, Praveen, till here? Any doubts?
No.
Okay, great. So now, so whenever you want to install the Kubernetes, right, you should always go to the official website. That is the most important thing. Please don't go to any other articles and try to go through it. Maybe it might be correct articles. You might find a lot of good correct articles, but still what happened if the Kubernetes community is doing some changes? So in those articles, the changes might not reflect. So if you are referring to some articles and all right, there might be a possibility that there could be some missing steps. Right. So it is always better that if you have a Kubernetes official document, so you can refer to that official document and you can go with the installation of your Kubernetes actually. So I'll just say Kubernetes installation. So here you could say that there is a site as a kubernetes.io. You have to always go to this official website only, kubernetes.io setup, right? So here, what they are given, right? Okay, learning concepts, okay, fine, right? They're saying that for cluster managing, the official supported tool for deploying Kubernetes is KubeADM. This is what we are following. So in the production also, they use the Kubernetes itself, right? Getting started, download the Kubernetes components file. So here they're saying this is the Kubernetes components. Okay. So this is a Kubernetes component, right? The Kubernetes, we already saw it actually. So if you come down, they have explained about all the things, whatever it is there here, right? And afterwards, what happened that you have a kubectl commands are there. So they are given some steps actually, but okay, fine. So let me do one thing. Let me check it here. Production tutorial concept is there. Cluster architecture, storage and everything, cluster windows, how to install tools, kubectl on Linux. Okay, fine. So kind is there. Okay, kubectl, minikube, kubeadm, view, install guide kubeadm. So this is what I need actually. Okay, so this is what I need actually. So installing the kubeadm with the help of a kubeadm, I need to install it. Now, what is say that before you install the kubeadm or before you start it, what is say that what is a compatibility, what you need to have? He said that you need to have a compatible Linux host machine. That is fine. So he is expecting the Linux to be there. And Kubernetes project usually should have a Linux distribution that could be a Debian or Red Hat or whatever. So we are having a Ubuntu, which is a Debian, fine. Now he is saying that you need to have a 2 GB of more RAM per machine. Yes, we have 2 GB of RAM, and you need to have a 2 cores virtual CPUs. This also we have. We have around 8 GB of RAM and 2 GB. So we are sufficing the requirement. Whatever they have the requirement now, we are okay. So full networking connectivity between all the machines, that because we are using all these 3 machines in our AWS account, right? So we can expect the network to be available. There is no issue with the networking stuff and all connectivity, everything will be there up, right? Because you are doing everything in a cloud. Suppose if you are doing on your on-prem, it means that if you are doing in your any kind of suppose you're installing everything in your VMware actually. So to the VMware, you are creating a virtual machines and doing all the networking stuff and everything you need to do by your own, right? You need to set up by your own, right? So whereas in cloud, that facility, that flexibility is there, so that because we know that all this everything, all these nodes you are creating some particular region. So networking and all will be by default, it will be taken care by the AWS itself. You need not to worry it, right? So now coming back here, he said that actually certain ports have to be opened actually, because like I have used my own security groups, there I have opened to all the ports. So all TCP ports have opened it. So here what happened, right? They're saying that certain port to be opened because in your Kubernetes master node, here, some ports need to be opened here. And in the worker node, some ports need to be opened here. So all those ports, if are open, then only the Kubernetes cluster will work fine. Otherwise, if suppose some particular ports are being blocked, right, knowingly or unknowingly, then the Kubernetes will not work properly. That's what they're saying, that in the documentation, that certain ports are to be opened on all the machines. So here, click here for knowing more details. So I click here, I'll just see what is it. So he's saying that actually, if you come here, he's saying that here, where is it, man? Network adapter. What are the required ports to be opened? So required ports. So click on this. See here, these are the ports need to be opened. So for the Kubernetes API server, this is a port need to be opened. For the HCD, this is a port. In this range, the port to be opened. Kubernetes API, this port to be opened. So you need to consider even this, all these ports to be opened. But right now I'm opening to all. It means that I'm opening all the ports so that the Kubernetes can work fine. So this is for the worker. This is for the control plane, and this is for the worker node. These are the ports need to be opened. Even in your worker 1 and worker 2 node also, I have opened all the ports. So you need not to worry about this. Ports are all open. Fine, good. Ports are all open, fine. Now after this, what he says that once, okay, this will suffice, and he's saying that you need to swap off your swap area. Okay, fine, I'll also swap off the area, because if the swap area is on, then the Kubernetes will not get installed properly. So that's what happened. You need to run this command to make your swap area off. Clear? Swap area. After that, he's saying that okay, you need to have the network connectivity fine, all those things. Yeah, everything is there, fine. You need to worry about all these things. Okay, fine. Check for the network adapter, check for the ports, all these things we are taken care of, man. Nothing to installing. This first is not but installing a container runtime. Okay, good. So is that he need to install the container runtime. So what he says that, he said that before you install the Kubernetes, you need to have a container runtime. So you could say that by default Kubernetes uses the CRI, container runtime interface, to interface with your chosen container runtime. Suppose if I am having a Docker as a container, so the Docker should also provide the container runtime interface, CRI. But because Docker is not managing it, there is some third-party company, Mirantis, they are providing it. You need to separately install the CRI. Is it clear, Praveen? So suppose you say that, no, sir, I want to use the Docker itself as my container technology. Then you need to install even the CRI also. You have to install manually, because Docker itself is also not giving for you. Even though Kubernetes is not supporting, if Kubernetes is not supporting the shim now, shim it is not using it. Say that why I need to maintain. So you need to separately. So whoever is installing the Kubernetes onto their on-prem, that they need to even take care of installing the CRI also. CRI, Docker, they have to install it manually by their own. How to install it, we'll see now. Is it clear, Praveen? This is one headache. This is the one extra things which you are doing it now. Earlier, before 1.24, suppose if you are using, if you are using Kubernetes below 1.24 version, you don't need the CRI interface. This is not needed, because this is taken by Kubernetes itself. But later, from 2.414 onwards, what they say that we will not support this CRI interface, because the CRI interface was implemented by the Kubernetes itself, because Kubernetes wanted to communicate with the Docker. So, but Docker didn't give this interface. Hence, what happened? The Kubernetes itself will try to came up with their own interface, which the CRI, which they call as shim interface. Shim interface. So, with the shim interface only, the Kubernetes was communicating with the Docker. But now, because a lot of work has come into the Kubernetes, now Kubernetes says that I can't manage the SIM interface anymore now. Please, you only take care of it. It has told to the Docker community, but Docker has not did it. So hence what happened, the enterprise version of the Docker, as I said earlier, which the Mirantis company, that has created this CRI interface. Now you need to additionally install the CRI interface. This is what the latest new things, what is there now actually. Is it clear, Praveen? We discussed the same thing earlier also, but I'm repeating again.
Okay.
So now what the official document says that actually first you need to install some kind of a container. So what are the containers you have? What are they apart from the Docker? Is there any containers you can have other than containers? So if you go to the here, I'm just clicking here. Let me close this. So if you go to this document, you could see that installing the container runtime, it means that you have to install some container technology you have to install. So which one you'll be choosing? So here, if you see container runtime for more information, if I click on it, so if you highlight, if you click on this, you could see that you are having various. So you're having containerd, you're having CRIO, you're having a Docker engine, as well as you're having a Mirantis container runtime also you're having. These three things we are having it actually. So now you say that, sir, I will go with the Docker only, sir, because I am very much familiar with the Docker commands and everything. I've been working from long time Docker. Let me go with the Docker only. So I'll go to the Docker. Okay, beautiful. So this is the Docker runtime. So in each and every machine, you need to install this, the Dockers actually. So shall we install the Docker engine, because we know how to install the Docker. So how to install Docker? There is something like git script for Docker. You remember, right? This is what you have to install it. So what I will do, I'll go in the notes. I will just say that what are the steps for installation? What are the steps, sir? The first is that actually install Docker on all the nodes, even including the master node, worker nodes, all these three machines, whatever we are having these three machines, right? In all these three machines, you have to install the Docker. You have to install and configure the Docker. After that, the next step, if you go here, if you go to the document here, from here, I came to the runtime. So he said that for installing the Docker, you need to follow this step, install Docker engine, but I'm not following this. I'm directly go to this get script.sh and install it. Fine. After that, what he's saying that you need to install the crick dockerd. So you have to install the crick dockerd. This is the interface which is provided by the Mirantis. And the following instructions in that source code repository. Fine. For a crickd, the CRI socket is /run/crick dockerd sock by default. This is some socket interface there. This we will see later. Don't worry about this as of now. Okay. But now my main intent is to install the Docker as well as install the crick dockerd interface. Clear? So now, one second. Again, I'm getting a call. Okay, friend. So what you have to do that after installing Docker, install the CRI. What is it? dockerd, right? Something. What is it, sir? Yeah, dockerd. So you need to follow this. So open this document actually. So this is the GitHub. So you need to refer to this actually. Okay, refer to this link. Clear, Praveen? So this is the third. Okay, and always make sure that before that, please make sure to be as root user for installing the Kubernetes, for installing all the steps actually. Okay, so you need to be as a root user actually. It is better. You can even install as a normal user also, but still I would recommend you to go through as a root user and do it actually. So let us first install the Docker on all the nodes actually. I'll go here. I'll go to the get script.sh. So I'll copy this command. You know very well that we have seen everything in the Docker also. So I'll go here. I will go here. So before I do it, I'll just say sudo apt update. This is the command I have to run in every node actually. Sudo apt update. I will go here. I will go to the node 1. I'll just say sudo apt update. So this is the command I have to usually run it. And even in the worker node 2 also, I'll just say sudo apt update. Clear? Okay, good. So this command you have executed. Fine. Now, if you come over here in your document, so you have to install the Docker. So copy this line, curl command, go here. I'll clear the screen. Clear the screen. And I will install, I will execute this curl command. So the same command, I will even execute even the other nodes also. Parallelly, I will do it everything, right? Enter it, right? Here also, I will do it parallelly. Enter it. In all worker nodes as well as in the master nodes, I have executed. After this, what he says that, okay, execute this command, sh get docker.sh. Come here, execute this command. So in the master node, you have executed. Even the worker node, you have to execute this. Even in the worker, what? So in the installation part, right? You need to install all the things in all the nodes actually. Whatever the steps is there, right? For installation, you need to perform in each and every node. Let it be master node, let it be working node. Everywhere you have to install it. Is it clear, Praveen? Okay. So now the Docker is getting installed. Actually, we will see now. So let's wait. So Docker is getting installed in the master node. Yeah, it is installed here. We can run the command docker info to make sure that, yes, see, if you execute docker info or else docker -FN version, you could see that Docker is installed. So 24.01 it is installed. So always make sure that you remember the version also. Sometime in interview, they might ask which is the Docker version you are working. So you have to say Docker 24.0401. That is a, so here also you are installed, you have to say Docker info. So it is installed. Even here also it is installed. Now, always make sure that whenever you install the Docker, it is always better to log out from this terminals, log out from the sessions and log in as into the new actually. So let me exit out. It's always better. Let me exit out. 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 So I have killed all the sessions again because it is better to re-log in again. So again, I'll click on this master nodes, copy the public IP, go here into the putty session, open the putty session, paste it. I think I have to only change this auth. Other thing, everything is fine. 8 and then so open it. So Ubuntu, okay, and then switch to the root user. So you are into the master node. Similarly, re-log in again to the worker node 1 and worker node 2. So it is always better to, after installing Docker, you re-log in again, or you open one more new terminal. You open the putty, copy the, paste this, right? Go to your SSH here, go to the auth credential. This is the only thing which I have to do. Others that also I can do the preset, I can do it, but that's fine. Okay, I will do it later. So I will log in as a Ubuntu. So this is our worker node 1. So I'll switch to the root user. Good. So I switch to the root user. Very good. So same thing I have to do into the worker node. Copy the public IP. Come over here. Sorry. Come over here. Open the putty. Paste this public IP. Go to the SSH. Go to the auth credential. Go to the browse. Pick this one and then say open it and log in as a Ubuntu user and later switch to the root user. See, you're in the worker node 2 now. Can you see the worker node 2? This is about the worker node 1, right? And this is nothing but your master node. See, master node. Fine, sir. Now, after it, what? So the first thing is that you install the Docker, everything fine. Now you have to install the crick-dockerd. This is what you have to install, and this is a link. So I have already opened this link here. So already open the link here. If you come down, so this is a GitHub page. If you come down to install this crick, see, you could see that this is from the Marine task actually. That's what I was saying. So you have to install this interface. If you come down, they are given the step of how to install it. So you could see that run this step as a root user. So you have to execute all the steps. So religiously, what I will do that I have to go and I'll execute all the steps manually one by one. Some people might say, sir, I can automate it, right? All these things, or I can have an Ansible server where I can automate. Yeah, you can do it. I'm not saying no. You can install it. I can even create one script and run that script. right? That also to make it very much faster. But because if we are doing it the installation manually, so we need to even understand the step by step what things we are doing manually one after the other, so that it is good. Once you understand the whole thing manually, later tomorrow if you want to automate it, you can automate it. You can write, you can have an Ansible server, you can write a playbook file. In that playbook file you can call that script to get installed in all the servers. Like that you can do it in a very fast way. But right now I am going everything with the manually only. So here for installing the Docker D, what is happening that you need to switch as a root user. So I'm already in the root user. Please execute all the steps one by one. So you have to just do a wget. So here what happened, right? You are installing the Go actually. You have to install the Go. So here what happened that you are installing the Go language, right? Go package. So copy it, come over here again, run this command. Here also go here and worker node 1, run this command. Same thing in the worker node 2 also, run this command. Wget, right? And after that, go here. So please mind it, sir. These steps you need to run as a root user. So I'm already in the root user. So this is the third step. So what to do that? This is the third step. You have to do that. So run the below commands as root user in all the nodes. Let it be a master or let it be a worker node, anywhere. You need to run it. So this is the command. This is what the steps. 1 second. Okay. So what I will do that I have already executed the wget command. What is the next one? So let us go here. Chmod. Oh, yeah. This will take some time. Okay, but fine. That is fine for me. I will, I will execute it. That's fine. I mean, it will take time for the installation, but that's fine. Okay. So after that, what I will do, I'll install this installer. This is the third command. Okay, so it will take some time because it is installing your Go language here in this machine. So this will take some time, but that is fine. Okay, I will wait for that to happen. Okay. So I'm installing the third. So what are the 4 steps, guys? Source something it says. Source. Okay. Let me see if it is installed. Yeah, it is installed actually. So it say that run source to something. So I'm giving running the source. Or as he himself is saying source of that bash RC. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So go here, run the same command. Sorry. What is it actually? Yeah, source.bash RC. Yeah. So run this command and run this command. Fine, good. I have completed here. What is it next? He's saying cd to the docker D. So you need to have a directory, but how you are going to get this directory? You could see here already he is mentioned here that, oh, you need to clone it actually. Okay. So first I need to clone it actually. So copy this line. You are cloning this docker D git actually. You need to git clone you have to do in all the nodes. See, you have cloned it actually, you have to clone it. Okay, and after that, what he's saying that, okay, now I got it. Now you are having this crick docker D. So if you do an ls, you could see crick docker D. It is there. This is there. Good, sir. So I will follow this instruction. Now I will go here. I'll do a cd to the docker D. So I have to do in all the steps again. Same thing. I have to do cd to this and cd to this. Okay. After that, what is saying that you create a bin directory. Fine. I'm religiously following the steps, guys. I'm not thinking what is going on. Like I'm just following because this is the official document. I'm following it actually. So bin. Okay, good. After that, come over here. So go. This will take some time, but that is fine. I'll wait for some time. So this is doing some kind of a build activity. It is deploying or installing it actually. Okay, good. So this will take some time, but that's when I'll wait for it. So in the notes I have mentioned all this. So these are the steps you need to do it, right? For install the Crick Docker D. These are the below steps you need to follow, and I got from this link actually. Fine. So Praveen, are you following?
Yes.
Okay, good. So this will take some time, but that's fine. We'll wait for it to complete.
Because of P2 medium. No, mastermind is a large.
No, that's okay. This will take. This is actually doing a build activity. Okay. So this
Okay.
Go is doing a build, so it will take time actually. It's not.
Okay.
It is not because of the servers. No, it's not because of that. This will usually take time.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't do this activity in tutor.micro because that will be dead slow and it will not install it actually. Your kubeadm and all will not get installed actually. If you are choosing because the basic requirement is that it should have a 2 virtual CPU and minimum 4 GB of RAM, right? That is the basic requirement. So you need to follow that documentation also, right? So I think this is going on. What about here? They are same thing. So let it go. So once this is completed, what is the next you have to follow? You need to follow these steps actually, right? Again, same thing, copy paste all the steps. So that's what some people will say, sir, why don't you automate, sir? Why don't you write in a script? Yeah, you can do it, no doubt, no problem. You can write a script and you can just run that script here in every node and around. So this is completed. Here, this is also completed. Everywhere it is completed now. This go step, right? This is completed now. So now what I will do that I will go here. This is completed. I will go here and I'll try to copy this mkdir, right? Run this command in every node actually. And this. Again, go to the documentation. He's saying something install. Okay, fine. I'll just copy paste this command and I will run this. This is the extra headache what you need to do because now Kubernetes expect the CR to be there actually, right? After this, copy this. Copy means copy -a some package system D to the etc system D. Something is saying. Okay, fine. So come over here. Okay, come here and do it here. Yeah. Good. After that, you have to execute the set command. Sorry. Copy it. Okay. Okay, good. This is done. And you need to now reload the daemon, systemctl reload, system reload, daemon reload, run in all the nodes. And what is the next step, man? You need to run the quick enable systemctl enable quick-docker D service. So you need to run even this here also, and even in the worker node 2 also. Same thing here. You have system enable if now, right? Come here, run this. I think I missed it. To copy it properly, yes. Yeah, copy this. Yeah, go here. Yes, go here. Fine, sir. Now here I will, so all the things is done. So I'm just following the documentation. So now what happened? I will come back here. So I have installed the Docker, fine. I have installed even the Crick D also, Crick Docker D also. This I have installed it, fine. So Mirantis and all the other things I'm not following up. What is the next now? So once this is done, I will go back to my I will go back to my Kubernetes main document. So what is that? So to install the Kubernetes, what you need to have that you need to have a container runtime that I have already installed it. Means that the expectation that I need to install the Docker plus I need to install the CRI also, that is also have taken care. So this section is completed now. Good. Now come down here. So guys, you see that I am into the main official installing Kubernetes, right? I'm just following this one. From here, I went to here. From here, I went to here. Again, I came back to here. So don't get confused actually. Come here, come down. So this you have achieved now, right? Next, what it says that in Linux actually, because you are installing the CRA Docker D actually within the Docker engine, you need to use this socket domain. This is a socket domain it is uses. Okay, fine. I'll keep it note in my mind that okay, I need to use it. Where I will be using this, I will tell you later. But okay, you need to make sure that he's saying specifically that this is a socket domain. You need to use it actually. But where to use it, how to use it, I will tell you in a later time. Right after this, if you come down, you see that he's saying that installing the kubeadm, kubelet, and kubectl and kubelet. Okay, this is what I need, man. Now, what means that Rajesh, do you have to install all these things, all the nodes? Yes, sir, you have to do it actually. Yes. So you have to install the kubeadm, you have to install the kubelet, you have to install the kubectl. Everything you need to install it here. So come down here, they have given distribution wise, they're given. Because ours is a Debian or the Ubuntu, I need to follow this. If you are in Red Hat distribution, you need to do it. If you are doing in the other package manager, you have to follow this. So I'm into the Debian now. So come over here, I need to religiously follow the same thing. Copy this command. All these commands, whatever I'm doing, right, you need to install in every node, guys. So let me do one thing. Let me come out from this script docker d document folder. So I'm into the main, I'm into my current working directory. So copy this command and run it. So here also go here into the worker node 1. Let me clear the screen first. Come out from the directory, execute the command. Right here also in the worker node 2. Come out from here. Okay, execute the command actually. Okay, this is running fine. Second is that you are installing this package. Okay, I need to just copy this command, come over here and run this command. So I'll be running this command. Similarly, come over here, do a clear screen, execute this command. Okay, you are installed. Curl is already installed. It said that apt is already installed. So it is saying that it is already installed. Fine, that's fine. But I'm just following the documentation. Okay. So after this, what happened that you need to install the Google Cloud public signing key. Okay, no problem. I will just copy this command. The whole command I will copy it properly. I need to copy it. You should not miss anything. So copy this command. Come here, run this command. Run this command and run this command. In every node, you need to do it, guys. So come here. So add the Kubernetes app repository. Okay, he's adding it. Okay, no problem. This also I need to copy the whole line. Copy this. So see it properly if it has been copied or not properly. You should not miss anything. So come over here. So I'm installing the master node. The same command I'm executing in here in worker node 1, worker node 2. Good. After that, what happened? After that, finally, he's saying that, okay, you run these commands also, because these commands, finally, you're installing the kubelet, kubeadm, and kubectl, right? You need to. So first, let us update the app, get update. So this, you need to run it again, one more time in all the nodes, right? You need to run this, and you need to run this, right? And after that, you need to copy this command also. Go to here, do a Control L to clear the screen, run it, right? So unable to locate it. Why unable to locate it, sir? Oh God, unable to locate it. This will be a problem, sir. Oh my God, this will be a problem if you're not able to get this one. Sudo apt update. Okay. Oh, say that repository is not signed up. Updating for such repository can't be done securely, therefore disabled by the default. So apt get update. So why is saying that the following signal could not be verified? It actually, but this is working, right? This was working for me. Why it is showing here like this? Okay, that's the reason it is. This is not getting installed actually. Okay. When I'm continuing, the following commands are described in the official document. So when I try to answer, Mr. I'm getting this failed. So see the below steps are doing the trick or not. Okay. Yes, I tried. When I tried to echo this one, unable to fetch it like that. Okay, I would refer the official documentation, installing the CSRs and everything. Then also curl package, and then finally installing it. Something is saying, okay, let me, same thing I installed it, I think, right? Okay, CSR is already present, curl is already installed, okay. Then okay, then sudo update. It is throwing error actually. And obviously this will not get installed now. So yeah, this is not able to install it actually.
We follow as per documentation, but
yeah, I followed the complete documentation only. That's what I don't know why it has to install it actually. I tried it out long back, a few days back. It was working. What's the version which I'm using? The cat of etc. What is it? OS 20.04, 20.04. Correct only. That's fine. Okay, hold a second. I would refer. Okay. This is okay. Same thing only. So it's throwing error actually. This package is not available.
not available.
So this will not get installed, obviously. No, it will not get installed. So here also, what is the version we're having? That of this is 20.04 only. What Edureka says. Okay. Workaround login as a root user, sudo to this app get update, workaround to edit the etc app Kubernetes or the EPD as depend upon that. Run this command, get updates. So then, right, add this line. So he says that actually go to this list dot file. Okay, I'll open this file. Go here. I'll open this file. So here, what it says actually that you need to add this line. Same thing only.
Same thing.
Same thing only.
Already added.
Yeah, it's already. Okay, app get update. Call command. EOF. Zenithal get updates. Curl add the key for the new repository following this. Sudo vim deb http app kubernetes.io kubernetes Zenithal main. Same thing, sir. HTTP, yeah. But this is HTTPS actually. This is HTTP. Why HTTP? So app update. Then I think it's not working. Okay, so detail in the Google's direct command in the Docker, delete all the installed Google Cloud and Kubernetes component. Change the super at Google Cloud. So it is necessary to install the 64 bits only. That is fine, man. Okay. Problem. We have to install the focal. Oh my god. I need to fix this issue, man. Apim install Kubernetes Kubernetes CRI unable to do it. Fine. Praveen, I will do one thing. We'll stop it now. So what I will do, right? I will try to install it tomorrow. I will show it tomorrow in installation.
Okay.
I think this is not working now. I need to find out really why it is not installing, because here this this itself is failing actually. What is it? This step itself is failing actually. Whatever you install the here, right? This is what it is failing actually. Not sure why it is not getting added. After that, add a Kubernetes repository. This we added actually. HTTPS Zenithiel, same line we have added it actually into the APT source list Kubernetes distance. So here go to the Edureka. Here he is mentioning the same thing here. Either you can go to this or you can go to this, depends upon the Ubuntu version. So if I'm going to this list, we're opening this file, source list, okay, and somewhere at the end I'll be adding this line. Okay, I'm just following this document, so I'll add this line. Let's see. Okay, so I'll say this file. Then what it says that you need to, yeah, sudo apt get update. Zenithiel, it's saying it's not installed actually. So unable to find the document. Okay, fine. I will do it. I will check it out because this worked actually. So maybe I might choose a higher version of the Ubuntu, because while creating Ubuntu, right, I created Ubuntu with a 20.04. I will try it with the 22.05. So whatever the 22.04 is, a higher version I will see. Or else I need to Google it out, check it why this is not working.
Sure. Sure. Okay.
So I'll check that.
Okay.
I'll check and tomorrow we'll take a session on this.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll continue the session here.
Yeah.
Okay. Chalo then let me stop the session. Stop the recording.